games, they get a little nervous watching it, but for you, how do you stay so poised and calm in those moments? And what's your message to fans who watch these nervous games?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I'm not on the field, I'm nervous as well. So I mean, I've total confidence in our defense and everything like that. But it's just when it's out of your hands, it's hard to not be a little bit nervous. But I think in the moment when I get opportunities, I just try to execute the game plan, execute the play that's in front of me. Not worry about the whole entire drive, and then get us into position to score and win the game, and then rely on my teammates to go out there and win it. And so it's obviously a lot of experience has helped me keep a calm mindset in those moments. But we continue to work and get better and just find
adjusting to pressure, whether there's none of it, whether there's a lot of it, like in game. What's the process of feeling out how that's going and adjusting to it?
Yeah, I think just trying to not take negative plays, finding the soft spots in the pocket, finding opportunities when you want to take shots downfield and opportunities when you need to throw it underneath. And every game's different in this league. I mean, there's a lot of great pass rushers, and you have to just find spots where you can have quiet feet and can execute the offense the way it's supposed to be executed.
So as part of your study, like when you study Myles Garrett and his moves, for example, which way he like is that part of your study as well?
Yeah, I mean he's just really good. So it's he's pretty much good at everything. So just finding ways to get the ball in my hands whenever he's when he's rushing, and then whenever we need to take shots down the field, just having extra ways to manipulate his pass rush or have help with other two people blocking him and stuff like that. But they have a good defensive team. I mean, they have a good football team in general, but especially their defense. And it'll be a great challenge for us, and we have to go out there and play our best football to win.
Almost quietly here, Xavier's had a nice few weeks. What have you sensed has been the difference for his production and his fantasy?
Yeah, I mean he's getting better and better. I think he's just playing with such more confidence. I think it really started in Buffalo, and it's kind of kept getting bigger and bigger as we kind of went throughout the rest of this year. I think as like we said, as I was trading those deep passes and really show off his skill doing that, he's getting open. So just trying to hit him on some of those, but he's showing his versatility and how he's able to work underneath, catch the ball, get yards after catch, and stuff like that. And I think he's going to continue to get better and better, which is going to help us going into the postseason.
Patrick, obviously you're focused entirely on just this game, but in any way do you start mentally preparing for a stretch of 3 games in such a short span? Have you ever encountered anything like that before?
No, I haven't in football. All you can do is focus on the game, at the practice that you had that day. I try to prepare my body all year long for this stretch. That's tailoring my workouts, it's tailoring how you practice and you prepare. And the coaches do a great job of taking care of us with the practice field. I mean, we practice hard as anybody, but they know how to kind of dial it back when we need it. And I think Coach Reed has a great plan going into it, so I'll follow that and focus on this opponent. And then as we go into another short week next week, and then one after that, I'll focus on those opponents then.
What was it like when you first saw the schedule come out to see kind of this little layout here?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a good feeling. I mean, I'm excited to play on Christmas, to hopefully get back from what we did last year. But you never want to play this many amount of games in this short of time. It's just not great for your body. But at the end of the day, it's your job, your profession. You have to come to work and do it.
When you go back and look at some of the pressures and hits that you've taken this year, there's lots of reasons for them happening. How many times have you looked and said, listen, maybe I should have done something. I should have gotten rid of the ball quicker? Because a lot of people just like, let's just blame the line or whatever. How often is it something maybe you yourself?
Yeah, I think it's a lot. I mean, there's times where I'm trying to be, like the best word's greedy and trying to take a shot downfield. Or if you look at the kind of the early sacks in this last game, I mean, there was a play in that first third down where I probably just hit Travis and he maybe or maybe not gets the first down, but I'm trying to really hold on to it, and then I rush up in the pocket, trying to make a play and run into a sack. And there's been a good amount of those this year, and that's why I have to continue to work on my feet and finding that soft spot in the pocket, because I think there's multiple times a game where the offensive line's holding up and I'm not trusting my footwork in order to go through my reads and make plays happen. So that's stuff that I work on and continue to work on throughout my career.
By necessity, you guys have rotated tackles this year. What are some things that you're preparing for to make sure Myles Garrett, for example, just doesn't ruin the game this week?
Yeah, I think you have to prepare for it as an entire offense. You have to give him different looks. You can't let him just pass rush over and over again. I mean, he won Defensive Player of the Year for a reason, man. He's going to win a lot of those matchups. And so we'll throw him change-ups. We'll throw him different pitches that he can hopefully keep his mind racing. But at the end of the day, he's going to make plays happen. And when he starts to win reps or win certain plays, you have to not make him negative plays, get rid of the football, even if that's throwing it away, and live to play another play.
You guys are facing a team that's out of playoff contention, but it looks like they're still fighting hard. They've beaten a couple of really good teams this year. Defensively, besides Garrett, what else are their best parts?
Yeah, they have a lot of great players, I think. I mean, you look at the cornerback position and Denzel Ward. I mean, the linebacker position, they're flying around. Safeties, same as well. And then obviously the defensive line. And then Coach Schwartz does a great job of mixing up coverages, bringing pressure when it's necessary, and then dropping into zone and man coverage when it's necessary. And so it's a really good team. I mean, they have a lot of same players from last year's defense. I was like #1 in the league. So it's a great team with a lot of pride that's going to come in playing hard, especially at home. And we understand it's going to be a great challenge. We're going to play our best football to win.
Yeah.
Patrick, how much pride do you take in what you guys have been able to do on third down this year, and how do you identify the reasons for the success you've had?
Yeah, I think just having a good game plan, guys making plays happen in big moments. I think you've seen that in third down and then end of halves and end of games. Is we guys have executed at a high level. It's just about having that same type of execution throughout the entire game, not just third down, not just into halves, but in the red zone and in the field as well. And I think that's where we're trying to get to, and we have to continue to work to get there.
Nick, Patrick, when you're going through the week with the offensive line on protections and filming that type of stuff, what's kind of that process like throughout the week without giving away exactly?
Yeah, no, we obviously meet through our protection plan meetings throughout the week, and then I have separate meetings with some other offensive linemen, and we talk through just kind of what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and then at the end of the day, we have to go out there and do it. And I think that there's been a lot of great moments. There's been moments that we want back, but that's everybody. That's not just them. That's me. That's every receivers, whoever it is. It's a full group thing, and I think we're trending in the right direction. We just have to keep pushing to get there.
Thanks, Patrick.
Hey there, Chiefs Kingdom. Welcome back to Total Chiefs, your go-to spot for everything about our Kansas City Chiefs. Today, we've got some big news coming out of Arrowhead that might have you thinking about how changes off the field can impact our team on it. But hey, before we dive in, let me ask you, what do you think is more important to a team's success, the players or the coaching staff? Drop your thoughts in the comments below or vote in our poll. So here's the deal. As we head toward another thrilling postseason, the Chiefs are already seeing some shifts in their coaching lineup. Yep, one of our assistant coaches is moving on, and it could be the start of a busy winter for our staff. Stick around, and let's unpack how this might play into our chances for a third Super Bowl run. Alright, let's get into it. You know how we always talk about the magic of Mahomes, Kels, and the rest of the crew? Well, there's another side to our success that often gets overlooked. The coaching staff. These are the folks who grind behind the scenes, coming up with the game plans and making sure every player is ready to perform. And right now, we're starting to see some cracks in that continuity. Here's the headline. Terry Bradden, our assistant defensive line coach, is leaving the Chiefs to take on a new role at the University of Nebraska. It's a big move for him, and honestly, it makes sense. The guy has spent nearly a decade with the Chiefs, working under Steve Spagnuolo and Joe Cullen. But if there's no room to grow here, you can't blame him for looking elsewhere, right? Now think about this. How much does a coaching change really affect a team like the Chiefs? Is it a minor hiccup, or could it have a ripple effect on the entire defense? Let me know what you think in the comments. Coming up, we'll dive deeper into who Terry Bradden is and why his departure matters. Ready to learn more? Let's keep it rolling. Let's take a moment to talk about Terry Bradden. If you're a die-hard fan, you might have heard his name mentioned here and there. But let me tell you, this guy has been a key part of the Chiefs' success behind the scenes. Bradden joined the Chiefs back in 2017, starting as a defensive assistant. Over the years, he worked his way up to assistant defensive line coach under Joe Cullen. And if you've been paying attention to our defense lately, you know how much it has improved. From stopping the run to putting pressure on quarterbacks, Bradden's fingerprints are all over that success. But before Kansas City, Bradden's story began at Bethune-Cookman University, where he was a graduate assistant. He's worked hard at every level to earn his spot in the NFL, and now Nebraska is calling, offering him a chance to lead as their defensive line coach. Here's a fun question for you. Do you think the Chiefs coaching staff gets enough credit for the team's success? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're feeling nostalgic, tell us your favorite defensive moment from the past few seasons. Next up, we'll break down what this move to Nebraska means for Bradden and what it says about the growing trend of NFL coaches heading to the college ranks. Stick with me. It's all connected. All right, let's talk about what this move means for Terry Bradden. Heading to the University of Nebraska to become their defensive line coach is a huge step up for him. Think about it, he's going from being an assistant coach in the NFL to leading his own position group at a major college football program. That's not just a career move, it's a statement. Nebraska is rebuilding under head coach Matt Rule, and bringing in someone like Bradden shows they're serious about revamping their defense. For Bradden, this is his chance to shine, to prove he can take what he's learned in the NFL and apply it at the collegiate level. It's also worth noting that he's filling the shoes of Terrence Knighton, who left for Florida State. Big shoes to fill, but Bradden's got the experience to make it work. This move isn't just about Nebraska, though. It's part of a bigger trend we're seeing in NFL coaches heading to college programs for leadership opportunities they might not get in the league. What do you think? Would you ever trade an NFL role for a college spotlight? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Now, what does this mean for the Chiefs moving forward? Let's wrap it all up and talk about the bigger picture in the final chapter. So what does Bradden's departure mean for our Kansas City Chiefs? While losing a talented coach is always tough, it's also a sign of how strong this organization is. When other teams and even colleges come knocking, it shows they value the culture and development happening here. The real question is, how do the Chiefs adapt? Steve Spagnuolo and Joe Cullen have the experience to keep the defensive line strong, but it's worth wondering, could more coaching changes be on the horizon? Let me know in the comments, who do you think could step up next on the coaching staff? And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Chiefs news and updates.